everyone. This reading will be about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Now then, it's interesting because I did a reading on them not too long ago, but kind of long ago. And I broke down their relationship to a T, right? As they say, right? Very in-depth. I didn't leave no stone unturned. Now then, it's interesting because a lot of the stuff I was saying, as far as like, the fakeness of it all, let me just put it that way. It's starting to come through, even for regular people that's just watching them, right? Now, I'm not going to ask any of the questions that I asked in that previous reading because it's no point. So I'm going to ask whole new sets of questions. But yeah, just stay tuned and hopefully you enjoy. But before I get to those interesting questions, let me just see what's the nature of this one. Okay. What's the nature of their relationship currently? What can we see? All right. Is there anything else? I don't know. Because sometimes I got to watch out because you see, like how there's cards sometimes that be under. Okay. What I'm getting is that they're both trying to make it work. Is that why it's awkward, right? Because I'm seeing here that affection is being handed out. I'm going to look and see by whom. At the same time, I'm getting a vibe of illusions, but still trying to hand out love, trying to hand out affection, romance. Also, in the heart slot, we have taking it slow with the temperance, right? The temperance has been coming out a lot lately for these celebrities, right? Different decks, different people, and the temperance has been coming out a lot. It's fascinating, right? But at the end of the day, he's still a strategist. He's still a strategist, and that's in the future slot. What can we see about this love and romance? Who's handing out this love and romance or trying to keep it going? What can we see? Okay. The Queen of Pentacles, right? And the King of Pentacles. Okay, guys. Like the previous reading, right? This is deep. We both have here the businessmen and businesswomen of tarot. The Queen of Pentacles. That's wild as hell. You know that is deep, right? When the Queen and the King of Pentacles have popped out. So what I'm seeing here, because I'm asking like, who were the people responsible for trying to have this love still be out? And I'm getting Taylor Swift, right? And I'm getting him. And we know that the Eight of Wands represent communication. So they want to communicate to you guys that we're in love. That's their whole vibe. We're still in love, guys, right? Is that why you guys feel like this is cold or awkward or just not so loving? Because how come it's not the Queen of Cups? How come it's not the King of Cups? Why is it the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles? Why are these business people trying to demonstrate love to us? What can we see about this moon? What else can we see about this moon? All right, that was quick. The cards come out really quick with this particular deck. Okay, then. No games, right? Ah, you see this, guys, right? Arguments, fighting. Arguments and fighting. But at the same time, trying to like, oh, we're cool, right? We're a glorious couple, right? We're a successful couple, right? Even though we're actually arguing, even though you guys can sense it, right? Because people can pick up on energy. Is that why I guess they went somewhere and people were saying that, oh, it seems so awkward, right? Because why? Did they have a fight previously? Fascinating, right? At the same time, movement. What can we see about this movement? Where do they want this movement to head to? What can we see about this movement? Where do they want this movement to head to? What can we see? All right. Let's see. Where do they want this movement to head to? What can we see? Okay. The Countess of Coins is the Queen of Coins in this deck. So we have more business, right? Businesswoman, she's popping up again. Then we have the Empress, right? A supreme businesswoman, right? A woman that knows what she wants, right? The Empress is a big spender, not a small spender. To be the Empress, you have to have a lot of money to be the Empress, right? You know, yeah, pearls are cheap these days, right? Unless they're exactly 100% natural, which means that like they weren't farmed or cultured, right? So those natural pearls are expensive even in today's world, right? I was looking at some interesting like natural pearls that's not like cultured or anything. That's just natural from the sea. They weren't like made to be that way. Give me 1 second, guys. I have something to do real quick. And these are the cards, by the way, before I leave. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. I remember something like that happened when I was doing the lotto reading, and I forgot to actually show. It was like the very end of the reading actually. So I'm early on to the reading now, but like the lotto reading, I had like 2 cards, and it was funny that like that was like behind one of the cards, but I had to stop because like I was interrupted. And I was thinking when I watched that reading, and I was like, wait, why didn't I show the cards before I leave, right? Because I'm not trying to like pull any funny business or anything like that. So what I was saying that I was trying to explain the whole cultured pearls and natural pearls, whatever. But what I was trying to say that being the Empress, it takes a lot of money, right? It's big money. It's not small money, right? This is a crazy status symbol. Like you probably can't see it, but it doesn't show too well in this deck. But like to have that purple back in those days and all these huge, massive pearls, like just one pearl I heard, like especially if it was like of a very special quality, can buy you a big home or a lot of land. Some like to exaggerate and even say like a mansion. I don't know all about that. But they were saying like back in those days, just like one big like perfect pearl could like set you up very well, right? So now imagine having a whole headdress worth of that shit and it even being on your clothes and crazy shit, right? It's a very rich woman, let me just put it that way. So I was getting a vibe of a businesswoman again with the Queen of Pentacles, right? I'm getting a very rich woman, big spender energy. But this man, he's not too happy. He's not too happy. It's telling me a lot of his passions he has to keep dormant. That's what I'm just seeing. He keeps a lot of his passions dormant. Not just that, him being the King of Swords always, because it's about strategy. You know, I'm not going to beat around the bush, right? And I'm not, because we already seen in the previous reading what it was. So, it is what it is. What I'm seeing, even a continuation with this reading, I'm still getting a businessman, right? Man, he has to suppress his true nature, his true motives, what he really wants, because he's being strategic. He's not really into this. What can we see about the Temperance? Even in the other reading, I asked direct questions and it put it out there for everyone to see, right? So what can we see about this Temperance? What's going on? Just trying to take things slowly and all of that. What can we see? It's interesting. It's full of illusions. It's telling me she's an author of illusions. That's just what I'm getting. It's telling me that she's the author of illusions. So, I mean, that's kind of fucked up to say, but it is what it is. She's the author of illusions. At the same time, she wants to make things visible. The star, yes, is about prayer. Yes, and the reason why I tell you guys the definitions is just so you know, like, what it is, right? I'm almost like a professor when I do this. My bad. It's how I go about doing tarot myself. I don't just give opinions. I give what I'm feeling intuitively and the meanings of the cards, right? So I think I'm a very honest, transparent reader. I need my fucking credit. Right? I remember when I used to watch celebrity readings, it would like they would stray so far away from like the meanings of the cards. It would be insanity, right? And I'll be like, how do people really enjoy this? But the reason why is because people just want to see what they want to see. I wish I could be that way. I wish I was like a liar, and like, my nature and my heart was a liar, because, damn, my channel would probably be insanely like huge, right? It's kind of just like, if I was repeating all the goddamn stupid shit that all the other readers say, right? With all these different celebrities say the things that they want to hear, fucking, I don't know, just basically repeat what's being said in the gossip fucking news and shit. Like, I don't do that. We get into some deep shit here. But, like in the world, people don't tend to respect decency, right? They want bullshit. I think it represents like, people that like bullshit. It shows a coward, right? It's the nature of a coward, because it's almost just like only a coward wants to just watch what they want to hear, right? It takes a person of decency and of intellect that's just like, okay, give it to me how it is, right? It's only like a coward that wants to fucking hide in a cave and shit like a rat, where it's just like, oh, I don't want to know the truth. Don't tell me the truth. Oh, you're being too honest. I don't like you. Like, people be on one. Let me just say that. Like, people be on one. But anyway, the star represent Hollywood stardom when we're talking about celebrities, right? It also represent a wish. It also represent a wish coming true. It also represent a prayer. It also represents being seen and being heard. What I'm seeing here is, I don't know, a woman that just wants things to be seen and heard. It's all an illusion. She knows that this man isn't feeling her. She's not even feeling this man. We got into that in the previous reading, but she just wants things to be seen and she wants things to be heard. We have the world here, the cosmos. She wants the world to see. She's like, world, look at this, right? Look how radiant we are. Look how fucking glamorous we are. And it's so funny that they don't even seem glamorous. It seems dull and stink, right? I mean, when I see him, I think of fucking roast beef. And when I see her, I think of powder. Like, is that really fun or attractive? Fat, sloppy roast beef and dry powder? No. Like, girl, the fuck? So yeah, a more strategy. This is a very strategic woman. A very strategic woman. So this shit, it's all for everyone to see. What else can we see about this King of Swords? And I'm going to start asking my questions. What can we see about this King of Swords? He's in his head. He's having second thoughts. Not just that he's becoming numb, so he can't even fake it. He's one of those guys, I don't know his zodiac sign, so if he happens to be a Taurus, then I guess I hit the nail on it, right? Before I used to play games like that, like when I would interact with people, I would be like, I would try to like train myself intuitively to like see like if I can sense what their zodiac sign was. I used to do a lot of things, guys, like when I had more free time. I used to really like train myself. Like, why do you think I'm like so intuitive? Like, I would literally interact with people and just like try to concentrate and like be like, what am I getting? What's their zodiac sign? I would always get a Capricorn all the time, right? It was funny because it was just like, I like watching politics, right? And like one of my favorite Indian politician is Jay Shankar. And like literally I would watch him and I would look at him and I was like, this is good. And I was like, can I like see what his zodiac sign is just by looking at him? And I like concentrated him. I looked at his speeches and like just looked at how he would talk. And I would say he's a Capricorn. And guess what? He was a Capricorn. So like I used to do a lot of that when I had free time and shit. Like, because it was fun for me. And like I take like certain things serious. I'm like a weirdo, I guess. But anyway, the reason why I brought up Taurus energy is because a Taurus man cannot fake it over time. Yeah, he can tell you bullshit. Yeah, he can fake love. But one thing Taurus can't really fake is like the romance shit, as far as like taking it serious, right? When it's kind of just like you have to show some real love. Like they actually have to like be there for the long haul. A Taurus man can't fake it. A lot of zodiac signs can fake it, particularly water sign men. They can tell you all sorts of bullshit under the sun. Like it's easy for them, right? But I noticed that Taurus men, they can't do that, right? For my ladies that are like, clients of mine, you guys know the Taurus men energy, right? So it's kind of just like I'm getting that vibe. It's almost just like he can't fake it. They have eyes like that too, like especially Taurus men. Taurus women too, but really the men. They have like those sort of like cow eyes sometimes, like it'd be looking weird. But he can't fake it. That's why he's becoming numb. That's why his energy is thrown off, because he's just like, like, this isn't really my interest. This isn't my sexual compatibility. This isn't my sexual interest, but I'm doing it because this is the script. This is the agenda. White love. It is what it is, guys, right? Things come in fashion. Things go out of fashion, right? It's kind of like we're leaving the trend of like the whole interracial thing, like the Kardashian thing. Like, yeah, those women are still trying to do it, but it's like passe at this point. And we're trying to like, or they're trying to like, make a white love the focus. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad, right? Don't get it twisted. I really don't care. I'm just telling you the trend, right? So they're trying to make this the trend, but they chose the worst people to try to like demonstrate this trend, because none of them really have sex appeal, right? Especially when you see them together, it really shows their flaws more. They should have chose someone different. I would have said they should have hooked up Taylor Swift with Timothée Chalamet. I know people aren't going to like that, but it's true, right? I'm in a particular field as far as my own work outside of this bullshit. So like I know these things. I would say that would have landed really well. They should have, but they couldn't have let him dealt with Kylie. Like he should have never dealt with Kylie. Like after fucking with Kylie, he dirtied his brand and all. But like if he never fucked her, she's telling me the truth. But if he never fucked with Kylie, yeah, I think they would have been a power couple, right? And if they wanted to make him a sort of like symbol of like masculinity and like blah 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 whiteness, they should have hooked him up with, I don't know if she's too old. I haven't seen her in a long time and I don't know her age. I would say someone like Pink, but maybe I'm thinking of Pink when she was like younger. So, But can you imagine in like Pink when she wasn't so old? Because I think she's probably really old now. Like him and Pink. And then her and Timothée Chalamet. I think that would have been, I think people kind of would have gotten like, it would have been more interesting, right? It would have had more sex appeal and sex to it. And it would have fit their profiles better. I feel like them being together, it's not sexy. It's not sexy at all. It's given fucking Texas buffet, right? Yeah. But anyway, he's she's telling me I'm mad crazy. I know, right? But yeah, he's just like, he can't do it. He can't fake it. He's in his head. He's not about it. He's not about it. And look, you see how the energy's be coming through for us. Look at this. He wants to walk away. He doesn't want to deal with it. But why he ain't going to walk away? Because the money. The money. Right? I can't even pick because my nose be so damn short. The money. He doesn't want to walk away because the money. Okay, so we got all this. So I'm going to move this now to the side. And let's get to my questions. They say that he's having cold feet. Energy's told me it's true. Is this Travis Kelce? Does he have cold feet? What can we see? Ooh, that went back into the deck. So he's keeping things hidden. He's frustrated. He's frustrated. He's mad frustrated because he has to be a part of this agenda. Mad frustrated. What else can we see? It's karmic. It's shady as well. The justice sideways is not good, right? They're both being karmic. The Wheel of Fortune, he wants the will, and shady planning. So what I'm seeing here, is he getting cold feet? He's frustrated more than anything. He's frustrated. What it's telling me, though, this is karmic. These are shady people. It is what it is. I don't got nothing against these two. I'm just calling out what it is. The cards are showing it for itself. The cards are sideways. That's shady, guys. That's not good. What I'm seeing here is that this is shady. He's karmic and she's karmic. Right? I don't know, it's just telling me frustrated. He's frustrated. The Two of Wands represents plans, right? Shady plans. What can we see about her? Is she getting cold feet? Does she want to go through with this? Okay, she's trying to do the money. She doesn't know what to do. She feels trapped now. She's also getting into fights with people. So I don't know who is a part of her team, what's happening, but it's telling me she's fighting a lot of people because she feels trapped. At the same time, even like in the previous reading, she's the one that's trying to make this work more. So what I'm seeing here is he's not getting cold feet. She just doesn't know what she wants to do. At the same time, though, she wants to believe this. She wants to believe a lie. She knows that it's a lie. She knows that it's for publicity. She knows what it is. I ain't going to beat around the bush. At the same time, like even the previous reading was showing the same thing, that he's not into it. She knows that it's bullshit, but she wants to believe a lie. And that's what we're seeing here. She's doing this for coin, right? It's like part of the works. She's like, okay, this is an old man symbolizing for the long haul. So she's doing this for the long haul. Not just that, she feels trapped though. She feels trapped. She doesn't know what to do, right? It's telling me she has something, I don't know, like fights with her team. It's just telling me fights with her team. So I don't know, the people that's governing this, you know, these celebrities have handlers and shit and strategists and businessmen and all sorts of shit, right? It isn't just two people, right? It is what it is. Like I've heard some funny things that like Instagram models, like Instagram OnlyFans models, like the women, they have whole teams behind it. Like they're not even just the people that are doing it. It ain't just like a woman just taking sexy pictures. That they have like fucking, they pay for like marketers, all sorts of shit to like market them and to like figure out like how they should go about things and their business strategy, even though you would think it's something simple like, okay, it's just a naked picture, but no, it's a whole business behind it. So what I'm seeing, if those sort of small timers have a whole business behind it, you can only imagine these people, right? So what I'm getting here is that she's the one that wants to make this legit, guys. She's the one that wants to make, and energy's just telling me it's true. So am I getting cold feet? I'm getting she's uncertain with how this is going to be. What else can we see about this uncertainty? This deck? Okay, it's telling me this deck. What can we see about this uncertainty? All right. Yeah, she knows that it's karmic, guys, and she doesn't want judgment. Judgment isn't just about, I ain't taking that one. Should I? I guess I'll take it. Judgment isn't just about karma. It's also about people's judgment. She doesn't want people judging this situation. She knows that shit is energy. So she's thinking about the business behind shit. Not just that, people are talking a lot of shit. The small folks are talking a ton of shit. That bothers her. So what I'm seeing here is that indecision is just, for a long haul, how is this going to make me look? And if you think about it, this makes sense because, yeah, the worst thing that Taylor Swift was ever called, honestly, and this isn't me saying it, it's just the reality. The worst thing Taylor Swift was ever called was like a whore, like, oh, she just goes through guys. But to be honest, that was part of her image as women empowerment, right? So it was kind of more a benefit than a negative. Like people were saying the more she was called a whore, the more people liked her. It was like she's the modern woman and you can't talk shit about her, right? And you're just a pig and all this stuff if you say anything like that. So it's kind of just like that was actually good for her image. But being called fake, that's terrible for your image, right? The small folks are coming up. The small folks are talking a ton of shit, trying to basically pop this bubble with their little cute knife here, right? Because people can see through the energy. People, the Eight of Wands represents connections, energy, right? Messages. People are saying that this shit is fake. That's what's putting her in this energy of like, oh, I don't know, right? She's questioning shit. So let's see. I feel like I got into some of the good shit so far. Okay, and we're going to leave it here, but let me just use this deck because I haven't used this deck yet, and then we can complete it. What can we see? Is there anything else? Okay. So let's see. You guys know when I bring out, I don't know if I used it earlier, but you guys know when I bring out a deck, I don't want it just to sit there. I have to use it. I'll leave that in a future slot. Okay, and this will be the spiritual slot. Okay, there's a lot of energy, a lot of illusions in the spiritual slot, guys. A lot of illusions, right? This woman, she knows what she's involved in. She knows how she give it up. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spend too much on that. We already know what she could be into, right? That's deep. So let's see. The Chariot. I don't know. These actions are a bit shady, right? This is one of the worst things you can get, actually, with the Chariot. You know, you never, because the Chariot represent Cancer, which is interesting, right? Like, why does the Chariot represent Cancer? That's neither here nor there, right? But I'll say this much. You know, one of the worst insults you can give Cancer is that they're shady, that, like, they walk sideways, right? And it's telling me because they do, right? It's kind of just like walking sideways. It's you know, crabs, they be walking like this and shit, right? Or like this. It's because, for one, it's a sign of cowardice. Too, it is what it is. This is kind of just like why Cancers like to pretend they have certain social graces and shit. It comes from like an insecurity. I know I have a lot of Cancer clients, but you guys know I keep it real, so don't hate. I'm not saying every Cancer's like this, but this is an archetype. It represents a shady person, right? So we have sort of just like a shady energy being shady, being sideways, right? Walking sideways. So it's telling me how these people are moving. It's not right. It's just to have some sort of, I guess, social graces, and they know the shit's not legit, right? You know, one of the most beautiful things is when you have a Cancer that doesn't really give a fuck, and they're not trying to fake, and they're not trying to pretend like they care about how you feel, and they're not trying to center themselves. Cancer's always trying to center themselves by trying to act a certain way because they feel like this is what people want, and sometimes that is what people want. But the truth is that it doesn't make them happy, and it makes them resentful. So yeah. There's a whole energy with that. It's just, yeah, I ain't gonna break it down too much. So what I'm seeing here is that this is gonna fade over time. This whole situation, the strategy, them doing it, it's gonna be a burden. They're gonna be excited to put this to rest. That's just what I'm getting, right? And again, more illusions. She's the author of the illusions. Remember how I said earlier? And if you guys follow my readings, right, it's interesting how things are exposed when I say things, right? Like, it comes out through the cards and through the reading and shit. So remember how I was saying she's the author of illusions? It's still popping up. The High Priestess and the Moon. Illusions. The author of illusions. And what's this future slot gonna be? All right, so we have stability here. And look, more of this crab energy, more of this shady energy, right? For stability and happiness. All they care about is financial gain and financial stability. Yeah, does it make them happy? Most definitely. The Three of Cups, it makes them happy, right? It's kind of just like, you know, when we have a shit job or something we don't like, it's miserable, right? But at the end of the day, when we get paid for it, you know, it puts a smile on our face, and we sometimes say, okay, the shit was worth it. At least I got paid, right? That's what I'm getting here. Do they like this? No. Is it going to fade? Yes. But what I'm seeing here is they're happy about the coin. They're happy about the money. And folks, how did you like my reading today? I thought it was quite well. Yeah, peace and abundance, guys. And show your host some appreciation and love. And how to go about all that will be in the description box. Take care, folks.